the beginning of a remarkable journey. Every great discovery begins with curiosity, and sometimes with a single unexpected moment that changes everything. In the mid-1970s, Japan was already known for its discipline and modern medicine, but few people had paid much attention to the tiny southern island of Okinawa. Life there moved slowly. People worked in their gardens, shared meals with neighbors, and watched the sunset over the sea. It was peaceful, ordinary, or so it seemed. That changed in 1975, when a young cardiologist named Dr. Makoto Suzuki received a surprising phone call. "Doctor, you need to see this," said a colleague. "There's a 100-year-old woman in Yomitan village cutting grass with a sickle." At first, Dr. Suzuki laughed. Surely it was just a local story or a misunderstanding. But curiosity got the better of him. He drove out to the village, and what he found would change not only his career, but the way the world understands aging. Standing in a field under the Okinawan sun was the woman he'd been told about. A centenarian who moved with the ease and energy of someone decades younger. Her back was straight, her eyes bright, and her laughter quick and full. She didn't see herself as special. She was simply living her life as she always had. That day left a mark on Dr. Suzuki. How could someone live a full century and still thrive like that? He began to travel from village to village, studying the elders of Okinawa. What he discovered over the next 50 years would inspire doctors and scientists across the world. A hidden wisdom woven into the rhythm of their daily lives. A secret that could help anyone, anywhere, live longer and age gracefully. The hidden repair system inside you. While Dr. Suzuki was studying the remarkable longevity of Okinawan elders, another Japanese scientist was uncovering the mystery of why their bodies aged so slowly. His name was Dr. Yoshinori Osumi, and his discovery would change how we understand life itself. In the late 1980s, inside a quiet Tokyo laboratory, Dr. Osumi peered into a microscope at yeast cells. For months, he had been trying to understand a strange phenomenon. Sometimes, cells seemed to eat parts of themselves. Other scientists dismissed it as random or unimportant. But Dr. Osumi had a feeling there was something deeper happening. One day, he decided to try something different. He gently starved the cells, just enough to put them under mild stress. What he saw astonished him. The cells began forming tiny bubbles that moved through their interiors, breaking down old damaged material and transforming it into fresh energy and new building blocks. He had discovered autophagy, which literally means self-eating. But it wasn't destruction, it was renewal. It was the body's natural repair mechanism, cleaning house from the inside out. Dr. Osumi realized this process was active in every living being, including you. But here's the secret. It only switches on when your body isn't busy digesting food. When you eat constantly, your cells never get the chance to repair themselves. But when you pause, even for a few hours, your body begins to heal, rejuvenate, and rebuild. In time, Dr. Osumi's discovery earned him the Nobel Prize, and his work gave scientific proof to something the Okinawans had practiced for generations. That gentle restraint, eating less, eating slowly, can awaken your body's hidden power to stay young and strong. The timeless wisdom of Hara Hachi Bu. Eat until you're 80% full. As Dr. Suzuki spent more time with Okinawa's elders, he began to notice a quiet pattern, something they all did before every meal. There were no diet plans, no calorie charts, and certainly no talk of superfoods. Instead, before lifting their chopsticks, they would pause for a moment and softly say a short phrase. Hara Hachi Bu. It means, eat until you are 8 parts full. At first, Dr. Suzuki thought it was just a cultural custom, a polite reminder not to overindulge. But as he studied the health of these centenarians, he realized this simple habit was one of the most powerful health practices in the world. When you stop eating at 80% fullness, You give your body space to function as it was designed to. Not overworked, not overloaded. Your digestive system rests. Your blood sugar stays steady. Your metabolism becomes efficient. And deep inside your cells, something remarkable happens. Your body begins to repair itself. Dr. Suzuki explained it this way. Imagine your body as a busy factory. When you constantly send in new shipments of food, all your workers are busy processing, packing, and shipping. There's no time to clean the floors or fix the machines. But when you pause, when you stop eating just a little sooner, the night crew arrives. They sweep, repair, and renew. That's exactly what the Okinawans have been doing for centuries. Their quiet discipline at the table doesn't just prevent overeating. It activates the body's natural ability to heal and rejuvenate. It's a small act of restraint with enormous rewards. Lightness after meals, calm energy throughout the day, and a longer, healthier life. The Life Secrets of Dr. Shigeaki Hinohara, Japan's 105-year-old healer. While Dr. Osumi was revealing the science behind cellular renewal, another Japanese doctor was quietly proving those principles in his own life. His name was Dr. Shigeaki Hinohara, and he became one of Japan's most admired physicians, not just for his medical skill, but for his extraordinary longevity. He lived to be 105 years old, and he worked almost every single day until the end. Dr. Hinohara's secret wasn't a supplement or a strict diet. It was a rhythm, a gentle pattern of living that respected the body's natural need for rest, repair, and balance. Early in his career, he noticed something remarkable. Patients with poor digestion often had problems everywhere else. Their skin aged faster, their energy faded, and their immune systems weakened. That's when he realized something profound. The gut is the command center of the entire body. So he designed his own life extension routine. Each morning he started with a light breakfast, often just a bit of juice. Lunch was small and simple. Dinner was his main meal, but always finished before 6 o'clock p.m. And then he would fast naturally until 10 o'clock the next morning. About 16 hours of giving his body time to clean and renew itself. The results were astonishing. At 100, he still treated patients. At 102, he flew to New York to give lectures. When people asked for his secret, he simply smiled and said, "I give my body time to clean house every night." To Dr. Hinohara, true health wasn't about doing more. It was about giving your body space to do what it already knows best: heal, repair, and thrive. The eye-opening discoveries of Dr. Hiromi Shinya. As the world began to take interest in Japan's extraordinary longevity, yet another doctor was uncovering evidence that tied all these lessons together. His name was Dr. Hiromi Shinya, a Japanese-American pioneer in digestive health, whose research would change how millions of people think about food and aging. Over the course of 3 decades, Dr. Shinya examined more than 300,000 people's digestive tracts using a revolutionary endoscopic technique he helped invent. What he saw shocked him, and ultimately confirmed what Dr. Suzuki and Dr. Hinohara had been teaching for years. He found that the state of a person's colon could predict their overall health. Those who ate heavily processed foods, red meat, and dairy had colons that were short, thick, and inflamed, showing years of internal wear and tear. But people who followed traditional Japanese eating patterns, vegetables, tofu, seaweed, and simple whole foods, had colons that were long, smooth, and remarkably youthful, even in old age. The difference, Dr. Shinya realized, wasn't just in what they ate, but how often. The healthiest patients were those who gave their digestive systems regular breaks. No constant snacking, no late-night meals. During those quiet hours of rest, the gut repaired itself, the liver detoxified, and the body's natural cleaning crew went to work. He described it beautifully. When you stop eating for a while, your body doesn't shut down. It wakes up. Dr. Shinya's discovery was simple but profound. Health begins in the gut, and longevity depends not only on good food, but also on giving your body the precious gift of time to rest, renew, and restore itself from within. Foods that activate your body's self-healing power. After years of research, Dr. Suzuki discovered that the Okinawan centenarians weren't just eating less, they were eating differently. Their food choices, made from simple tradition rather than modern science, were quietly supporting the same cellular repair process that Dr. Osumi had discovered under his microscope: autophagy. While most of Japan relied on white rice as a daily staple, the people of Okinawa filled their bowls with purple sweet potatoes, rich in antioxidants and naturally low on the glycemic index. These humble roots provided steady energy without spiking insulin, allowing the body's repair system to stay active instead of shutting down. But the sweet potatoes were just the beginning. Their plates were full of vibrant, colorful foods: bitter melon, seaweed, tofu, and vegetables in every shade of green, orange, and red. Each dish served a quiet purpose. The bitter melon helped balance blood sugar and reduce inflammation. Seaweed supplied minerals that nourished the liver and supported natural detoxification. The colorful vegetables added antioxidants that protected cells during the body's nightly cleaning process. Even what they drank played a role. Many Okinawans spent long afternoons slowly sipping green tea or jasmine tea, rich in polyphenols that support cell renewal and protect against aging damage. These tea rituals weren't just moments of relaxation, they were daily doses of medicine, disguised as calm. Dr. Suzuki realized that longevity isn't built from rare superfoods or strict diets. It comes from everyday habits. Simple, natural foods, eaten with mindfulness and gratitude, can awaken the quiet power inside your body to heal, renew, and thrive for years to come. The optimal eating rhythm. When you eat matters as much as what you eat. By now, Dr. Suzuki and his fellow researchers had uncovered something remarkable. The secret to longevity wasn't only in what people ate, it was also in when they ate. Timing, it turned out, was one of the most powerful tools for healing and renewal. The Okinawan elders naturally followed a rhythm that aligned perfectly with their body's internal clocks. They would finish dinner early, often around 6 or 7 p.m., and then rest for the night. Breakfast came only after sunrise, sometimes 12 to 16 hours later. Without realizing it, they were giving their bodies a precious nightly window of fasting, allowing autophagy, the deep cellular cleaning process, to work at its best. Think of it like this. When you're constantly eating from morning until night, your body is always busy processing food. There's no time for repair. But when you leave a long, quiet gap between dinner and your next meal, your internal maintenance team comes alive, clearing toxins, repairing cells, and restoring balance. Dr. Suzuki noticed that those who kept this gentle rhythm woke up lighter, clearer, and more energetic. Their digestion improved, sleep deepened, and inflammation dropped. He also found that this approach wasn't about strict fasting or skipping meals. It was simply about honoring the body's natural cycle. Finishing dinner a little earlier, going to bed with a light stomach, and waiting until morning to eat again gives your body exactly what it needs: time to renew, rebuild, and prepare for another healthy day. In the end, longevity isn't built overnight. It's built between meals. The modern threat: how convenience is silently stealing longevity. For generations, the people of Okinawa lived in harmony with nature, rising with the sun, eating simple meals, and resting early. But as Dr. Suzuki continued his decades-long research, he began to notice something troubling. The younger Okinawans were not living as long as their parents and grandparents. The island, once known as the Land of Immortals, was slowly losing its magic. What had changed? Not their genes, but their habits. As Western influence spread across Japan, fast food chains and convenience stores began replacing home-cooked meals. Processed snacks, sugary drinks, and late-night eating became the new normal. The quiet rhythm of Hara Hachi Bu, stopping at 80% full, was replaced by constant grazing and oversized portions. Dr. Suzuki's data showed the results clearly. Higher rates of heart disease, diabetes, and obesity, illnesses that were once almost unknown in Okinawa. The traditional diet of sweet potatoes, tofu, and seaweed gave way to burgers, fried noodles, and soda. Even their mealtimes shifted later into the night, shutting down the body's natural repair cycles. He often said, "Our bodies haven't changed, but our habits have." The lesson is powerful and hopeful. If adopting Western eating patterns could erase generations of longevity, then returning to traditional ones could restore it. The path back to health doesn't require miracle drugs or complex plans. It simply asks us to slow down, eat mindfully, and give our bodies the time and respect they deserve, just as the Okinawans once did. The Longevity Activation Plan. A gentle path back to renewal. After decades of studying Japan's longest-lived people, Dr. Suzuki came to a comforting conclusion. Longevity isn't a mystery reserved for a lucky few. It's something anyone can nurture, step by step. You don't have to overhaul your life overnight. All it takes is a gentle return to the habits that have sustained human health for centuries. He called it the activation sequence, a way to awaken the body's natural repair and renewal system, one small change at a time. Week 1. Begin with the ancient Okinawan principle of Hara Hachi Bu. At every meal, pause when you feel about 80% full. It's not about counting calories. It's about listening to your body and stopping before you feel heavy or tired. Week 2. Gradually lengthen the time between your evening meal and your breakfast. Start with a 12-hour gap. For example, dinner at 7 p.m., breakfast at 7 a.m. Once it feels easy, extend to 14 or 16 hours. This fasting window is when your body's repair crews do their best work. Week 3. In the morning, instead of rushing to eat, start your day with something light and healing. A glass of fresh vegetable juice, green tea, or warm water with lemon. Give your body a gentle transition from rest to nourishment. Week 4. Fill your plate with colorful whole foods. Purple sweet potatoes, leafy greens, tofu, seaweed, and a touch of turmeric or ginger. These are nature's tools for healing and longevity. Dr. Suzuki often said, "It's not about perfection, it's about rhythm." Each small choice helps your body remember what it was designed to do: clean, repair, and renew itself, one peaceful day at a time. The results. What happens when the body starts to heal? When people began following Dr. Suzuki's simple activation plan, something beautiful unfolded. Not suddenly, but gently, like the slow return of spring after a long winter. The body, once given rest and respect, began to remember how to heal itself. He observed that the changes came in waves, each one building quietly on the last. Days 1 to 7. Many noticed a lightness they hadn't felt in years. Energy stopped crashing in the afternoon. Sleep deepened. Waking up no longer felt like a struggle. Even without changing what they ate, the when and how made everything feel easier. Weeks 2 to 4. The mind began to clear. That familiar fog, the one that dulls focus and slows thought, started to lift. Skin looked brighter, digestion smoothed out, and clothes felt looser, even without dramatic weight loss. The body was becoming more efficient, more balanced. Months 2 to 6. This was when the transformation became visible. Aches and stiffness began to fade. The immune system grew stronger. Friends started to comment, "You look younger. What are you doing differently?" It wasn't magic. It was the body finally having the time and peace to renew itself. Dr. Suzuki often reminded his patients, healing doesn't happen in a rush. It happens in rhythm. By simply restoring that natural rhythm, eating with awareness, resting between meals, and trusting the body's wisdom. People found not just longer lives, but better ones. Steadier energy, calmer minds, and a quiet, lasting sense of vitality. The final message: a gift of time and renewal. As Dr. Suzuki looked back on decades of research, he realized that the greatest secret of longevity wasn't locked in science, it was woven into everyday life. The Okinawan elders didn't chase youth or count calories. They simply lived in rhythm with their bodies, eating gently, moving often, resting deeply, and greeting each day with purpose and gratitude. Today, that same wisdom remains available to all of us. You don't need to live on a tropical island or follow a strict diet to benefit from it. You just need to give your body what it has been quietly asking for all along: time to rest, time to heal, and time to renew. Start small. Finish your dinner a little earlier. Take a walk in the morning light. Breathe deeply before every meal. Listen to your body's signals instead of the noise of modern life. These tiny acts of awareness awaken powerful processes within you. Your heart, your mind, your very cells, working together to restore balance and strength. Dr. Suzuki, now in his 90s, still lives by these same principles. He often says, "Your body is always ready to heal. You just have to give it the chance." And that's the message he hopes to share with the world. That longevity isn't about avoiding aging. It's about aging well, with clarity, vitality, and joy. So tonight, as you finish your meal a little earlier than usual, remember, you are not depriving yourself. You are giving yourself the gift of time for your body to clean, repair, and renew. May you find peace in your routines, strength in your stillness, and joy in the years ahead. If this message has inspired you, share it with someone you care about. Click like, subscribe, and join us on this journey toward a longer, healthier, and more vibrant life. To your continued health and happiness, may each day bring you renewal from the inside out.